Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're stepping into the world of one of Hollywood's most enduring icons, Marilyn Monroe. You know her, the platinum blonde bombshell, the diva of the 1950s, the star of the 7-year itch and some like it hot dot but behind the red lipstick, the flashing cameras, and the glamorous smile. There's a fascinating story of ambition, fame, and fortune. Today we're diving into Marilyn Monroe's net worth, her lifestyle, her houses, cars, business ventures, and the luxurious possessions that made her one of the most talked about stars in history. Let's start with the numbers. When Marilyn Monroe passed away in 1962, her estimated net worth was around $800,000, adjusted for inflation. That's roughly $7 to $8 million today, but after paying debts and other costs. The value of her estate dropped to about $370,000. That means that despite being one of the biggest stars of her time, Marilyn wasn't as financially powerful as her fame suggested. Why? Her lifestyle was expensive, her career was turbulent, and her life was tragically short. She earned millions over the years, but much of it was spent on fashion, travel, and maintaining the glamorous image Hollywood demanded. Even so, her legacy lives on. Her estate continues to earn millions each year from licensing, merchandise, and the enduring power of her name. If you were Marilyn Monroe in the 1950s, life was pure glamour. Designer gowns, sparkling jewelry, private parties, luxury cars, and travel all over the world. She spent lavishly on her appearance, hairstylists, makeup artists, photographers, and couture clothing. It's said she was generous and sometimes carefree with her spending. Marilyn loved stylish convertibles. She famously owned a turquoise Mercedes-Benz 220C with a cream leather interior. She also drove a 1956 Ford Thunderbird, sleek, elegant, and perfectly fitting her star image. She moved in elite circles, attending exclusive events, hosting parties, and traveling between New York and Los Angeles. That lifestyle wasn't cheap, but it was all part of being Hollywood's brightest star. Now let's talk about her homes. Throughout her life, Marilyn lived in many different houses and apartments, but she actually owned just one property of her own. The home was a 12,305 Fifth Helena Drive in Brentwood, Los Angeles, a beautiful Spanish colonial-style house. She bought it in 1960 for about $75,000. It had 4 bedrooms, a pool, and a lush garden. Sadly, it was also the place where she passed away just 6 months later. This home became an icon of Hollywood history and has since been preserved as a cultural landmark. Marilyn's story shows that even the most famous celebrities may not own vast real estate empires. She preferred renting and living freely rather than being tied down to property investments. Marilyn had exquisite taste. She loved classic convertibles and elegant accessories. Her turquoise Mercedes and black Thunderbird are now considered priceless collectibles. When it came to fashion, she owned hundreds of gowns, shoes, and jewels. Her most famous dress, the one she wore to sing Happy Birthday, Mr. President to John F. Kennedy, was sold decades later for $4.8 million. Her possessions have become pieces of history, each one representing the golden age of Hollywood glamour. Here's something many people don't know. Marilyn Monroe wasn't just a star. She was a smart businesswoman. In 1955, she founded her own company, Marilyn Monroe Productions. The goal: to gain control over her career, choose her own scripts, and escape the strict studio system that controlled most actresses at the time. Through her company, she produced The Prince and The Showgirl in 1957, proving she could do more than just act. She could lead and own her creative direction. This move was groundbreaking for women in Hollywood and paved the way for future actresses to take charge of their careers. While Marilyn didn't have massive investments in stocks or real estate, she invested in something even more valuable: her brand and her independence. When Marilyn passed away in 1962, her will left most of her estate to her acting coach, Lee Strasberg. Other friends and family members received smaller amounts. After Strasberg's death, his widow inherited the rights to Marilyn's image and estate. Years later, Those rights were sold for tens of millions of dollars today. The Marilyn Monroe brand continues to generate millions each year through licensing deals, products, films, and advertising. In many ways, Marilyn's legacy has become even more profitable than her lifetime earnings. Her image remains one of the most recognized and valuable in the world. What can we learn from Marilyn Monroe's life and wealth? Fame doesn't always equal fortune. A glamorous lifestyle can be expensive to maintain. Business ownership and control can make a lasting impact. True wealth often comes from long-term assets and legacy. Marilyn's brand shows that image can become a financial empire. Even after death, her story reminds us that behind the glitz of fame lies the importance of financial wisdom, independence, and legacy building. So there you have it, the real story behind Marilyn Monroe's wealth, lifestyle, and legacy. From a humble beginning to Hollywood's brightest star, from her stylish homes and cars to her pioneering business move, Marilyn's life was as fascinating as her films, even though her net worth wasn't massive when she died. Her influence and brand value have grown beyond measure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. What surprised you most about Marilyn Monroe's financial story? Was it her house, her cars, or her lasting legacy? Thanks for watching, and remember, fame fades, but legacy lasts forever.